at this weekend's GOP convention in Texas. One group found that they were not gonna be allowed to set up a booth. That is the Log Cabin Republicans. They put out a statement saying, inclusion wins, which makes the Texas Republican Party's leadership's decision to exclude the Texas Log Cabin Republicans from their convention not just narrow-minded, but politically short-sighted. Now, if you're not familiar with the Log Cabin Republicans, it is an advocacy group for conservatives within the Republican Party who identify as gay. And that's been obviously a difficult position for a long time, considering how much virtually every conservative absolutely despises them. Particularly in the past few years, where basically every gay person in the country has been pitched by the right as not only someone who is making some sort of fundamental sin, who deserves neither quarter nor respect, but now they're also all trying to have sex with your kids simultaneously. So that's rough, honestly, if you are a gay conservative. And so now they're being banned from this convention. And I get it, they're conservatives. They're gonna advocate for their position, that is their right. But when they say like inclusion wins, they're being narrow-minded. But do you not get that it isn't just that they're not including you, they're not doing that inclusion, which again would be to their benefit because it's more votes for them. They despise the very concept of inclusion. They think that inclusion is surrender to people that they don't respect, including you. It's tough, and you got to keep trying because I guess you're a group that wants tax cuts or whatever, so you're gonna try to get the right to win. But I don't know, can you really be that shocked, Francesca, when the group that has been demonizing you and people like you in a variety of ways every single day, trying to dispatch violent mobs to hunt you down, that they're not gonna let you set up a booth at their party? It's disgusting, but it's predictable.
I mean, totally. I mean, it's the same way I feel about women in the Republican Party. I'm just like, good luck with that. Have fun. No, that's your fight, not my fight. But it is very indicative, and especially because not so long ago you had right-wing stars who were openly gay, mind you, cis and male and white, who were part of the early MAGA movement. I'm thinking Milo Yiannopoulos, a guy named Lucian Wintrich or whatever the hell his stupid name is. Like there were multiple little stars who were rising and they were openly gay, and it sort of felt like, oh damn, there's a new, page being turned here. Not to say that those people were vilely racist and horribly exclusionary in their own right, but it felt like, okay, but if you're a white gay man with some money and you hate other groups, that's sort of the angle here and you're welcome. Well, not anymore, because of course we're now grasping at whatever kind of culture war straws you can grasp at, because it's such a fever pitch in terms of the economy, in terms of inequality, in terms of healthcare, in terms of literally everything, that now we're going back to like, dressing in drag is pedophilia.
Yep.
What? Right, like that's anything. Being gay is pedophilia.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. Everything is everything. Like if you're in drag, you're trans. Well, you're not, but they're just saying that you are. Oh, also you're a pedophile. Literally every person. Is it not a little bit? Like I can't help but think, obviously there are pedophiles in this country. It's terrible and disgusting. But if you think that like everyone's a pedophile, is it possible that you're saying more about yourself than about society? Because I personally think that pedophilia is horrifying and disgusting. So horrifying, so disgusting that by its very nature, almost no one would be one. But you think it's actually very reasonable. Lots of people would do that. Right. That's a weird position to hold. Anyway, whatever. I've lost that battle. Okay, everybody's a pedophile, I guess. Okay, now speaking about the banning of the group, the state Republican Party chair for the Republicans of Texas, Matt Rinaldi, says, "I think they made the right decision based on our rule on booth approval. And get a load at this. I think it's inappropriate, given the state of our nation right now, for us to play sexual identity politics." But do you get what he's saying there? Simply letting them have a booth would be playing sexual identity politics. They're conservatives.
Yep.
It's a group of conservatives that want business deregulation and they want more climate change, all the good stuff for conservative. No, simply having it is identity politics. In the same way that when you, as Disney, start the show Miss Marvel, you're playing identity politics. How? What, does the show like have politics in it? No. but it just has someone who isn't white, and that is playing politics somehow. For some reason though, launching a show with a white person that is not playing politics, I'll never understand it. It's a weird party. But again, I'm not trying to be a part of that party. The log cabin Republicans are. And so I don't understand why they're so surprised by this. And the thing is, the response to that statement is almost worse. The president of the log cabin Republicans of Fort Worth is Jason Baldwin. He said he was annoyed about being lumped in with people who support allowing children access to puberty blockers or taking them to drag shows. He said it isn't identity politics to go against his party in support of gay marriage. Again, he wasn't even saying that one of your positions was identity politics. He was saying you being there is identity politics. And you've just been banned from the convention.
Yeah.
And you feel like, but no, I'm not one of the bad ones. The trans group, they're the bad ones. All those people who like drag queens are the bad ones. No, don't hate me, hate them. Don't kill me, kill them. Do you see how much of a losing position that is?
But it's constant.
That's the game they're playing.
And fascism requires this of minority groups. I mean, you see it in religious groups constantly, people pitting one another against each other. Like, no, I'm not Muslim, I'm Hindu. You know what I mean? That kind of degree. And it's all wrong, it's all awful. And look, I say it's their fight, that they're barking up the wrong tree. But that being said, if and when they want to join the actual struggle against fascism, if they want to join the right side, open arms, baby. Like, I mean, I think it's so interesting when you have gay conservatives, and honestly, women in the Republican Party. It's like they love the martyrdom of being unique, right? And they somehow think, well, if I go the other way, if I'm a liberal, if I accept everybody, I'm just another feminist, right? And it's like, yeah, no, you're still special and we still need you. You can still join the fight. So I would just say to any gay conservative or any woman who is in the Republican Party now, who might be somehow stumbling upon this show, we welcome you. You have a role to play. No one is going to deny you your booth or deny you your particular. We can talk about the other stuff. We can talk about, the political stuff, and we can create strategic alliances on this.
Yeah.
But hate and bigotry, that doesn't fly.
Yeah, the only way they're gonna deny you on the Democratic side of booth is if you're progressive. No, that's it.
Yeah.
TYT was allowed at the 2016 conventions, but the digital convention in 2020, we were denied credentials for. Why? I don't know. Just to spit in the face of progressives. I don't know.
When it was a digital booth, they had like more booths available, and they're like, no.
It's artificial scarcity. But no, as you said, there's the martyrdom thing, but then there's also the cold hard financial calculation that when you are a part of a group that they absolutely despise and want to at least push out of society, if not actually wholesale annihilate, you can make a little bit of money and get a little bit of notoriety along the way towards your group's destruction by telling that group that they're right to hate you. And that works for a lot of different groups on the right. There are women who do that. There are gay Republicans who do that. Honestly, there are leftists who do that. They go on there to say that the right is correct, so they get a little bit of money, a little bit of notoriety. Oh, their movement's doomed. They're helping to dig the grave for their movement or their social group, but
they got them clicks.
I guess
they got the clicks.
Anyway, super fast final move because I'm getting animal memes in my doc now. So let's see. They're also in the convention, they're talking about banning gender modification, sexualizing kids. Like, you guys are the only ones who are constantly thinking about the sexualization of kids, honestly. Let's see, calling homosexuality an abnormal lifestyle choice. It's 2022, they've moved on literally not at all in 20 years. They wanna force kids to learn that life begins at fertilization. That's not a scientific fact, that is literally just your interpretation of it. Make them listen to ultrasounds. That's what they want kids to do. They're also, by the way, against propaganda for kids. They want to repeal the 16th Amendment, which was what created the federal income tax. Also, they approved a resolution declaring that President Biden was not legitimately elected. They want to get rid of the 1965 Voting Rights Act. They oppose efforts to classify carbon dioxide as a pollutant because climate change is awesome. It's gonna be totally great for Texas, by the way. Climate change is going to be awesome for Texas. Anyway, they support prayers returning to schools. They are, after all, the only defense against AR-15s. And since those are definitely gonna be in Texas schools, why shouldn't prayer be too? That's what they're doing in Texas. That's your Republican Party.
Where
Okay, we got it.
CO2 has more rights than women. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
The future carbon greater than women. Okay, thank you.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.